Number 10, the Dullahan. Heading over to Irish folklore for this first one. The Dullahan is a scary one. I mean, they're all scary, obviously, but this one rides on horseback after sunset during certain Irish festivals, so you never know when you're gonna expect them. Yeah, imagine having a lovely night, gazing at the stars as the sun goes down, and then this headless horseman appears over yonder. I'd throw up, I'd be sick all over my nice picnic. He rides with his head held high, and I mean that in a literal sense. He holds his head above so he can see more things, more people to haunt. If he approaches you, one of two things may happen. When the Dullahan arrives in his all black attire, he will either 1, pour a bucket of blood on you, which is absolutely disgusting, or 2, you'll be struck in the eye. I'd rather the eye strike, if I'm being honest. I mean, neither situation here is ideal. Both are pretty bad, but a bucket of blood? Ew, that's so gross. What is this, YTV in the 90s? What is this, uh-oh? Number 9, NIDHOGG. The Scandinavian terror of corpses. That's quite the nickname, my friend, keep it up. NIDHOGG doesn't just target a specific group on a specific day like Birchda. Rather, NIDHOGG is a massive dragon that has his sights set on the entire planet. That's right, everybody here on Earth. No matter where you are watching, it's coming for you. Little more threatening than a red guy with a goatee, in my humble opinion. His favorite snack is the third root of Yggdrasil, aka the world tree. See, me personally, I'm more of a trail mix kind of guy. I lied, I actually just like M&Ms. I like M&Ms and I like doing this with snacks. Number 8, PISACHAS. Flesh-eating demons from Vedic mythology. I did say this was a demon list, right? Just reminding you. This one's pretty twisted, I'm not gonna lie. These demons, as in yes, more than one, were created by Brahma. They were created with the intention to be the worst of the worst. Doesn't matter if you're living or dead, these demons will get you on either side, my friend. That's why their ideal hangout spot is always a graveyard. Those, you know, nice cool places where ghosts hang out. They're trying to infect humans with madness. That's their whole goal. A pretty horrifying detail about PISACHAS are that they haunt places that have had horrible accidents happen. Places where bad stuff has happened. They're like, ah yes, perfect. The vibe is just right on this freeway. Travelers in South India will often carry with them a piece of iron, that or leaves from the neem tree to ward these bad boys off. No flesh eaters in these woods. We're just hiking today. Number 7, Poriscoro. Fun to say, not fun to be around. Poriscoro. Poriscoro comes from Romani folklore. Believe it or not, this demon is one of the many offspring of Anna, queen of the fairies. Yeah, your mom's a fairy and you're a demon? What happened? What went wrong here? I've seen Hook, everyone there seems like they're having a great time. Well, Poriscoro's father was the king of the demons, Loco. That ought to do it. It's always the dad, right? At first, a cake was baked from the hair of a hellhound, the hair of a cat, and a powdered snake in order to repel the demon king, but instead, the lovely Poriscoro was born. Now he has a human body, 3 cat heads, 4 dog heads, and a snake as a tail. He has a snake as a tail. Do you feed it? Or does it? I have so many questions. 3 cat heads and 4 dog heads. This demon is all for the dog lovers out there. That's the ratio, 4 to 3, in case you're wondering. If there was one demon to blame for disease, apparently it's this guy. Number 6, Bean NIGHE. Also known as the little washer by the ford, Bean NIGHE is a Scottish demon. Scottish demon, nice. Bagpipes and haggis beware. It's coming. This Scottish lady is not sweet and or stout. She's referred to as the omen of death. The omen of death, that's a pretty good one, honestly. She is short and she wears green clothing. Sounds pretty Scottish to me already. The jazzy thing about being here is that if you see her washing blood-stained linens, I guess it would be pretty obvious, first of all. It would mean that you yourself are going to meet your fate soon, so you don't want to see her doing any laundry anywhere near you. Because then she will attack you with whatever she's washing, which is kind of funny to me, I don't know. Imagine a demon charging at you with a damp turtleneck. That whip would suck though, honestly. Wet towels, that would really do it. If she makes contact with you, both of your legs will break. That's the myth here. That's a pretty lousy deal. That's horrible. The twist here is that if you see her first and then arrive to the water's edge before her, a little foot race, then you, my friend, will get 3 wishes. But is it really, do you want to do that? I don't know. I would panic. I'd be like, I wish your laundry was dry. Bye. Number 5, Sir God. In the great grimoire of Honorius, who historians believe was the Pope from 1216 to 1227, this Pope is famous for the way they would run their ceremonies. He was famous for summoning demons. Yeah, he would deliberately try and bring demons out just because. Yeah, pretty wild, right? Pretty memorable, I'd say. His whole thing was summoning a demon to only then cast it back into the fiery pits. He's like Mysterio from Spider-Man. He just puts on a show to then be the hero. It's like, great. Let's just avoid all of it maybe. He would do this as a training method in case the day ever came where he needed to banish the devil himself. So in order to prevent any evil, he would purposely summon demons. Shurgot was a demon described as he who opens all locks, so don't even think about trying to hide from this one. Number 4, AGARES. This next demon has a couple different appearances to witness. How fun is that? We love options, especially when it comes to demons. Neat. AGARES can be either a man or a woman. If it's a man, he's old, and apparently he'll be seen riding a crocodile. So pretty obvious, I'd say, as far as appearances go. But if the demon AGARES is in a female form, it's a little different, a little less jarring, I'd say. The demon's other appearance is young and beautiful, for sure not riding a crocodile as well. So say you cross the many paths of AGARES, well, then what? Will you be riddled in disease, have your nose eaten by a crocodile? What now? What happens? Well, this demon will give you knowledge on every single language in the world. Thing is, the only words that you'll learn are the bad words. The worst of the worst. Evil, just horrible curse words. You'll be great on Xbox Live, that's about it. Another detail in the fine print is that AGARES forces those who have left their home to always return. Yeah, imagine this demon in Lord of the Rings. Would have been one movie. Would have been a really bad movie. Number 3, Teki Teki. This demon comes from Japan, and the legend that surrounds him, I'm not gonna lie, I got chills reading about this. The legend has it that one day a woman was involved in a fatal train collision, and now her spirit, her very not happy, extremely vengeful spirit, will appear in front of you crawling on the floor. And you'll also hear train sounds throughout this entire interaction, so pretty obvious, I'd say. How scary is that? If she encounters a person at night, which is usually when she's been seen, she'll chase you down, crawling, reminder, in hopes to get you to join the dark side. She's often seen with a scythe, you know those Grim Reaper scythes? I just like saying scythe. And she's often seen around train stations again at night. So if you hear a train and you're hanging out, just double check that the trains are still running, you know? You never know who's behind you. Crawling with a scythe. Number 2, Aciel. You've heard about this one before, I'm sure. He's popular when it comes to demonology. You know, we all read up on demonology on the weekends, apparently. That's what this list is for. Aciel is one of the electors of hell. He's got his own supervision at all times, the Archangel Raphael. Not to be confused with Leonardo. Aciel is one of the 7 planetary demons. He's the demon of Saturn. His current residence is the depths of the Earth's bowels. But the only way he'll make a guest appearance at your next Halloween party is if you invoke his name 3 times, and you have to have a magical circle as well. So if you know any gemstone girls on Instagram, keep them close by. Keep them around till October. You might need them. You never know when you might want to summon Aciel from the bowels of Earth, you know? He sticks out in a crowd. This one, he's tall, he's buff, he's got red skin and 4 horns on each side of his head. Yellow eyes as well, just to top this whole picture off. His human form is handsome, but only 3 feet tall, so you may actually miss him this time around. He can make those who summon him rich, and the good news is that he doesn't have a lot of disdain for humans. That's cool, I guess, in this sense. Again, since he's a literal demon from hell, there's always a catch. You can't be worshipping any other god. Yeah, no holy entanglements here, pal. Pick a lane. I said this guy's name like 5 times, so I'm for sure screwed. And finally, number 1, the Banshee. Make you scream like a banshee. What does it even mean? Who is a banshee? Who is this? Besides an awesome car in Los Santos, of course. The banshee is Ireland's most well-known dark spirit that roams the countryside, just, you know, lurking, just waiting around until, you know, death makes an appearance, as we all do. That's right, she doesn't actually inflict the horrors this time around, she just screams, which is definitely helpful. Her presence is said to foreshadow the arrival of death, so you really don't want to see her ever. She often appears as a woman with long flowing hair, wearing, again, a green dress, with a gray cloak over her head, with eyes that are red from, you know, crying her entire life. Like a girl who got abandoned at prom, just all red, all bad. Some accounts report the Banshee as an old woman with, you know, dirty teeth and all that jazz with long fingernails, kind of like the Hag, so, you know, be original, I'd say. You know, shave it off, have a mohawk. I don't know, now I'm riffing about devils, this is not good. Some just have strong ties to family and a desire to continue looking over them. Honestly, after this list of names and demons and stuff, I'm for sure screwed. I would say, if you want a part 2, comment down below, but I don't think I'm gonna be here for a part 2, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Kicking off the list at number 10, William Thomas Stead. Born in 1849, William Thomas Stead was the son of Congregationalist minister, and at the age of 22, he was appointed as editor of the Northern Echo, a regional newspaper in Darlington. This British medium, Richard Borsonov, featured a photo of W.T. Stead and a spirit. Or a demon. One of the two, both pretty terrifying. While William was investigating a spiritual case, he took this photo with what's supposed to be the spirit of Pete Botha. Now, the reason many believe that maybe the spirit is evil is that Stead later on died in the Titanic. He boarded the ship to take part in a peace congress at Carnegie Hall, and survivors mentioned William Thomas Stead a few times. Apparently at dinner, he was chatting his way throughout the entire 11-course meal, recounting exciting, spooky times in his life, even mentioning a cursed mummy that he encountered at the British Museum once. That's a little odd for table talk. He even gave his life jacket to another passenger that night too. Stead would often claim that he would one day pass due to hanging or to drowning. And right before he was to be awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize, he passed away due to the latter. Was he cursed? I believe so, to be honest with you. Number 9, the demon of Loch Ness. I've been here, and let me tell you, I didn't see any Loch Ness demons or monsters. Or either, are they both the same? Who knows? It all began back in 264 AD on August 22nd. The St. Columbia encountered a demon in the water. This is a famous 6th century account. This started the whole Loch Ness monster myth, actually. The Loch Ness monster was actually exorcised by the St. Columbia, so there's a lot of exorcism history back with the old Loch Ness stuff. There were first accounts of a man who was severely injured after being bitten by a monster in the water. He didn't make it, it was a big bite and yeah, from a monster. This beast rushed out of the water towards a blessed man, but said blessed man yelled at the beast, "Thou shalt not go further nor touch the man, go back with all speed." The holy hand of the holy man worked. No more foul water beast. I'm getting Ocarina of Time water temple flashbacks as I talk about this. We gotta move on. Number 8, Belial, aka the king of hell. Belial is a classic. I've heard this one many times. Not sure why, that's pretty scary. Belial represents the earth and also carnal impulses. So, if you're a New Year's baby, I have some bad news for you. January is Belial's strongest month, so you want to avoid him in January at all costs. So if you're gathering a few pals from Hawkins and maybe you want to make a stand against Belial, the old king of hell, I'd recommend going for him now, really, anytime around the end of July or early August is probably best, just not January, that's when he's the strongest. Belial also translates to corrupt gains, and in the Middle Ages, the demon was considered one of the princes of hell. He was in line for the bone throne of hell. That's crazy, this guy has a lot of history. Once upon a time, Belial may have been an angel. Perhaps he was persuaded by Lucifer once he rebelled. Yeah, don't follow Lucifer, guys, don't be a Belial. Just be an angel. Or an angle, as I wrote. Be an angle. Yeah, be a nice 45 and just, you know, get things done at all costs. That's great. Number 7, Abaddon. The Hebrew term for the doom, destruction, or devastation. 3 Ds that I don't want to talk about. That's horrible. We're off to a hot start already with this guy. Abaddon is the angel of death, not angle, angel. In the New Testament book of Revelations, an angel named Abaddon is referred to as the king of an army of locusts. So that's absolutely disgusting. I don't want to run into that army at all. The Christian text depicts Abaddon as an individual first, rather than a place, because I know he's been said to be both. In the Gnostic text, the 3rd century Acts of Thomas, Abaddon is the literal devil. So it depends what you're reading and who's telling you, but either way, demon and or devil. Bad news always. Let's keep it going. Number 6, Floros. An ancient Egyptian god that got demoted big time. Floros, aka Horus, aka Horus, is a fallen angel. They're number 64 out of the 72 spirits of Solomon. Horus has a bit of a posse. See, he doesn't ride alone. He's a little smart, right? Underneath his reign awaits 36 legions of demons, all ready to follow the commands of one Floros. Now, you'll know if you'll see this one. I mean, his appearance right off the bat, he looks like a demon leopard. But his favorite party trick is transforming into the appearance of a human man with burning, fiery eyes. If you get close enough with said demon, he can give you knowledge on past, present, and the future. So, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, pretty tempting. No spoilers, but like a little bit maybe? Just a little hint. Number 5, the Banshee. Oh, here we go. The Banshee is Ireland's most well-known dark spirit that roams the countryside. Just lurking, just waiting around until, you know, death makes an appearance. That's right, she doesn't actually inflict the horrors this time around. She just screams when she sees them. Her presence is said to foreshadow the arrival of one death. So, yeah, still not a great sign all around. She often appears as a woman with long flowing hair, wearing a green dress with a gray cloak over the top and with eyes that are, of course, red from her continuous weeping. Yeah, it's from crying, not from being evil, so a little different this time. Some accounts report that the Banshee is an old woman with dirty, rotting teeth and long fingernails. Also pretty horrible. There's also more than one Banshee out there, and not all of them are evil, so you never know. Some just have strong ties to the family and a desire to continue looking over them, so it's a little normal more normal, less haunting. After this list, I don't want any of these names watching over me. Like, I'm doing all these demon lists and I'm getting nervous. I've never said demons' names so many times, out loud or on keyboard, so I'm for sure getting haunted. Number 4, Mephistopheles. Not to be confused with the magical Mr. Mistopheles. He's a bit less of a headache, that one. German folklore knows this guy, Lucifer's right-hand man. The demon who yes-ands Lucifer's every move. Nice. We love a wingman for the devil. That's just what he needs. Support. Once upon a time, Mephistopheles sold his soul for infinite knowledge and magic. Not a bad trade-off if you ask me. His 9 to 5 now is harvesting damned souls and bargaining with those who tried selling their souls. Mephistos from the Marvel Universe is of course inspired by said demon. He causes hell even in the Disney world. Yeah, imagine that. Number 3, Teki Teki. This demon comes from Japan and the legends surrounding them, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I got chills immediately. The legend has it that one day a woman was involved in a fatal train collision, super sad, and now her spirit, her not happy and extremely vengeful spirit, will appear in front of you randomly crawling on the floor. And at the same time, you'll hear train sounds throughout this entire interaction. So that's the scariest thing I've ever heard. I don't want to experience this ever in my life. If she encounters a person at night, which is usually when she's been seen, of course, the scariest time of the day, she'll chase you down. She'll crawl after you in hopes to get you to join the dark side. She's often seen with a scythe, and usually she's around train stations. So if you want to avoid her, just, you know, take an Uber. I don't know, ride the bike. Maybe just walk it out and just think about nice things. Number 2, Agares. This next demon has a couple different appearances to witness. Yeah, how fun is that? We love options, especially when it comes to demons. Nice. Agares can be either a man or a woman. Now, if it's a man, he's old, and apparently he'll be seen riding a crocodile. So, a pretty obvious picture, I'd say, as far as appearances go. You're gonna definitely remember this one. Now, if the demon is in its female form, it's a little different, a little less jarring this time around. The demon's other appearance is young and beautiful, and for sure, not riding a crocodile. Quite obvious. Say you cross the many paths of Agares, then what? What's gonna happen here? Will you be riddled in disease? Have your nose eaten by a crocodile? What now? Well, this demon will actually give you knowledge on every language in the world. Nice. Thing is, the only words that you'll learn are bad words. The worst of the worst. Not nice. Another detail on the fine print is that Agares forces those who have left their home to always return. That ought to be exhausting, trying to get your mail. You're like, oh, come on, dude. And finally, number 1, Poroscoro. Fun to say, not fun to be around. Let's talk shop. Poroscoro comes from Romani folklore. Believe it or not, this demon is one of the many offsprings of Anna, queen of the fairies. Yeah, your mom's a fairy and you're a demon? Yeah, what happened? What went wrong here? Well, Poroscoro's father was the king of demons, Localiko. Now, at first, a cake was baked from the hair of a hellhound, you know, as most birthday cakes are prepared. The hair of a cat as well was added, and a powdered snake. This was all done in order to repel the demon king, but instead, after this, the lovely Poroscoro was born from said interaction. I was like, bakery? I was like, no, it's not like a baked good. He has a human body, this one. He's got 3 cat heads, 4 dog heads, and a snake as a tail. He's also referred to as the demon of disease, so don't let any of those demon dog heads get too close. You don't want to sniff from one of these guys. I'm a big dog guy myself, but for these guys, just can't do it, man. I'm also allergic to cats. This would truly be the worst case scenario for me, this demon. Kicking off the list at number 10, Birchta. Big Birchta, here we go. Awesome, can't wait to get cursed after doing this list. I'm gonna do some improv on demons, let's do it. Birchta, as well as the other demons on this list, have more than one name. So you may think you've heard of her, there's a chance it might ring a bell, but maybe not. Birchta is an old hag with gray hair and creepy eyes. She's a German, Austrian, Swiss demon who on a good day delivers presents to nice households on Epiphany. We love that. Nice number 10, nice slow intro. But the dumplings that you put out for her at the Feast of Epiphany, well, they better be good, or else her other nickname becomes evident. The Stomach Slasher, yeah, that's also a name she goes by. The legend has it, those dumplings, pancakes, anything not cooked right on that day, well, it's getting ripped back out of your stomach. Yeah, demons. We're talking about demons. Pretty horrible, right? I define demons scarier than the devil. What did you expect on this list? Let's move on. It's gonna be good. What do you guys think? Number 9, the demonic boy photograph. It doesn't matter where or when, but odds are you've probably seen this photo at some point. All those late nights when you're scrolling through Reddit, you've probably seen this at some point. I know I have, and every time I see it, I'm kind of like, it looks pretty real. It's pretty haunting. You know when you see a photo, sometimes you get bad vibes, like it registers in your brain as something scary and real. Like you want to find something that looks fake about the photo, but it's tough. This photo was taken inside the Amityville house in 1976. It appears to be a young boy or ghost, spirit, demon, whatever, with glowing white eyes. It was taken with automatic cameras equipped with infrared. And it makes it even creepier that the boy looks like he's peeking around the corner. Like he knew something was coming almost, he didn't want to get caught. That's the creepiest part here. A photographer named Gene Campbell took it, and Gene was working with paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren at the time. Yeah, the famous duo now rocking the big screen Conjuring universe. This was a real thing. They were on this case in real life. This photo was revealed 3 years after it was taken, and it was revealed on the Merv Griffin show. Imagine seeing this on a show, like Jimmy Kimmel whips this out. It's like, hey, we're gonna play Plinko. Check out this demon. Many believe this is the ghost of John DeFeo, one of the boys who lived there prior during the 1974 event. Now we're still trying to cover this one, but what do you guys think? Is this an elaborate hoax? Is this a young boy? Or is this one of the many demons that was said to haunt the house? Sound off down below. Number 8, the SS WATERTOWN. This picture here perhaps is one of the creepiest on this list. I'm not sure what to think of this one. It comes from 1924 and it shows what appears to be two older men, or two older figures almost. I don't know, it's water, it's hard to tell. Some believe it's James Courtney and Michael Meehan in the water. Now the two had previously died and were buried at sea, hence that's why their first thought was them as to who it was. Other crew members saw these strange faces in the water as well, so when they turned back to get another look, 5 out of the 6 photos showed nothing. This was the only photo that showed what they saw. Are these the two lost crewmen, or is the vessel haunted by sinister forces? Number 7, backseat driver. This photo is from 1959. Okay, it was taken by a lady named Mabel Chinnery. And the photo at first glance is just a classic 60s shot of a man in a car. That man was Mabel's husband. Now the man in the back seat, however, that back left seat, we have no idea who that was. Her husband apparently was the only guy in the car at the time. And also, that's a pretty tough angle. If you wanted to recreate this photo with your friends after work, like try this. This is a really hard shot, even with phones now. It would be hard back in the day. It's like he's appearing to us through the seat almost with that angle. So either this is a lie, which happens often, people can lie, and a man was sitting in the back left seat, or like Mabel thinks, maybe this is her dead mother-in-law. Now, if she had said father-in-law, I think maybe it was his spirit, but this for sure looks like an older gentleman with a collar or something. Kind of looks like, dare I say it, the devil. I don't know, I read a lot of comic books. Number 6, Coventry Society Demon. You may be thinking, some of these may not be demons, Taylor, maybe they're just nice spirits who stuck around after they passed. Yeah, while it's nice to believe that, photos like this convinced me otherwise. This is from the Coventry Freeman Society, and it shows everybody at this event dressed to the nines. But when you look at the top left corner over here, you see a hooded figure. Somebody that clearly doesn't belong with the vibe in this room at this event. Nobody else was seen also at any point at that night wearing a hood like this, so of course many believe it was a dark part of the afterlife photobombing this event. Honestly, I totally believe that. This is a weird one. The hood, maybe I've been watching Harry Potter lately, I don't know. Maybe it's a Dementor, we actually don't know. Number 5. The ghost pilot. Oh, this one gives me the creeps. I'm hoping it's just a friendly ghost. I included it because it's kind of nice, but you never really know, honestly. This one, I did some research, it's creepy. Any sort of spirit, I don't welcome. Yeah, I don't gamble on the afterlife. I'm actually all set. The ghost pilot is a photograph that shows a spirit from 1987. A woman named Mrs. Sayer was visiting an airfield in England, so of course, she did the classic tourist thing and got a photo in the cockpit. We all do it at some point, but do you ever think of who may have died in that exact spot before? After the age of 10 years old, I was like, you know what, I understand ghosts, I'm not gonna sit in that tank. I'm good, thanks. People swear the Titanic was a cursed ship and that spirits were responsible for the ship's bad luck. Now, next time you wanna sit in the pilot's seat, look around for spirits, because this image was developed and it appears that somebody or something was in the helicopter with Miss Sayer the whole time. Number 4, the Paris Demon. Originally, the tunnels under Paris were built for stone mines, but near the end of the 18th century, it turned into something haunting. Cemeteries were starting to fill up, and I mean that in a literal sense, and humans didn't figure out how to be clean, so bodies would just be laying on the sides of the roads. They started to pile up over time, so the solution was to use these catacombs. They were no longer needed for those mines anymore, so might as well use them as a mass graveyard. And now we have the scariest basement in the world. We have walls of skulls that on one hand, it's cool as hell, it's natural history, it's gothic yet beautiful, but when Google Maps tried to give a user an up-close look, it seemed to have caught a shadowy demon figure. With more than 6 million souls laying down there, it doesn't shock me to hear about something like this at all. There's a video of the street view, and in it you can see this figure. Check it out yourself. Number 3, demons are us. For this next one, we'll be going down the Lego aisle. Yeah, how fun. A haunted Toys R Us. Can you imagine all those toys starting up at night by themselves? Bay Area's haunted Toys R Us is no longer a thing. Thankfully, as of 2018, that location closed down, but its tales, they live on forever. The Sunnyvale Toys R Us demonic presence appeared in the background of this photo. But of course, like others on this list, the people present at the time of the photo swear that nobody else was there. It's like everyone has bad memory, everyone has good memory. I can't really tell right now. It's like, could this be a spirit or a demon caught on tape that just happens to be at a Toys R Us? I vote yes. Employees talked about creepy things happening there at night all the time, and the Sunnyvale store is indeed haunted by more than one ghost. That's what people say. The store stood where the Murphy farm once stood, so many think the spirit is the ghost of Johnny Johnson. I don't know, the fact that Ouija boards are a toy that is commonly used to, I don't know, communicate with spirits, maybe closing these doors was the best call. I don't think we welcomed in any good spirits. I don't think any spirits are clocking in for work, you know what I mean? Now it's closed, so I'm like, it didn't work. Whatever we tried, didn't work. Number 2, ghost boots. These boots are made for haunting, and that's just what they'll do. Yeah, I put a pair of boots on this list. That's where we're at now. This photo of a young girl may look like a classic family trip, but upon closer inspection, it seems like somebody or something is standing behind her. Now, of course, her father said that nobody was behind her at the time that it was taken, and I agree that, and like honestly, and I believe him. Honestly, that would be pretty weird if he was like, hey, can you stand right here? Yeah, you behind my daughter, don't move, but you stand right here in this open field, thanks. Ka-ching. I don't believe it, I don't buy it, it's weird. This shot was taken at Zushi Zenagawa, Japan, and you can see boots and what looks like clothing sticking out from behind the child's elbow. The kid's father said, I took a few photos, and when I was looking through them at night, I noticed the boots behind her. I took several photos in the same spot, but only one of them had boots. You always see that in movies, right? At night they're going through and they see like it's 2 a.m. It's never at a Walmart while it's being developed. They don't find these photos in a bright, busy area. It's always in like a dark kitchen. Ugh, it's creepy. So he freaked out and then put it on Reddit, and then now we're here. Full circle. And finally, coming in at number 1, cave drawings. I know these aren't photos, but come on, there's nothing more eerie than humanity's origin, right? Let's do it, let's go back, let's turn the clocks back. And for archaeologists from around the world, this cave system in France doubles as the world's oldest art gallery. These Paleolithic paintings are haunting to look at. They were created from humans about 20,000 years ago, and it's now considered a heritage site. There's many of these caves around the world. So if you're thinking about sneaking down there in the Lascaux caves and taking a look yourself, well, you better think again. The cave was opened originally in 1948, but due to carbon dioxide levels from visitors, it was closed in 1963. Learning about our history is challenging, and when it's slowly fading away, that surely doesn't help. Just gotta hold your breath while you read. This is crazy. I'm currently reading a book called Supernatural by Graham Hancock, and in it he tries to dig through history to find the origins of spirituality, and markings in caves like these ones from ages ago definitely help. They resemble these demon-looking creatures almost, and this is long before religion. These drawings were supposedly from hallucinations, but many believe it's one of the first accounts of a demon interacting with a human. It's just drawn on a cave wall. Pec Merle is a cave in France that also has these strange drawings, and some say they resemble aliens, others of course voting demons.